just a little thing. Okay. What if I did something? What the hell would I do if I did something? Filters. I guess we got noise suppression on. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay, it's not that bad. Bop, 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 to the top and stretch your stuff. Alright, I got one drawing here. I don't think I will. I don't see me just progressing on it straight away as the first thing I do today, because it's a little bit carefully sculpted, so I kind of need to warm up. So instead I warm up by doing another painting, and I'm going to talk to myself while I do it, I guess. Cool. I want this to be a close-up painting of something. Don't really know what. Maybe a person-ish. If anybody comes in, they'll hear me for the first time. Maybe. Some people. Probably not. It's kind of easy to hear me. I'm always talking. Bop, 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 to the top and stretch your stuff. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Alright, what do I want from this painting? Well, first I want to make a mess on the canvas as if I was using, like, I don't know, charcoal or something. I'm not trying to, like, make it, like, traditional. But I want to start with strokes that I'm making right now today as, like, a motivator. Like that, okay, you can do this from scratch every day. And, but I don't have anything specific that it needs to be. So I'm just sort of making a mess. Like, it might be the same thing I've been doing, but, or that's what it might turn into, but I'm not sure, so we'll see. I just know it might be cut fairly close up. Like, I want to take up most of the canvas because I just kind of want to render around something. So we'll see. The brush is interesting. Yeah. Start with a different brush. Spice up my life. This could be like a focal point here, like a circle. So the thing about, like, faces that I like, it's like they kind of can be, like, kind of circular, so they make you just go to them composition wise. So if we have something like that, or this close, they're looking right at you. And that could be something. Everything can be really rough. Start these. I'm not going too dark, but I am using, like, a dark tone. And I'm gonna keep things simple. Alright. Yeah, because I do have a lot of pixels to work with. So I might make it into a face. But also, like, just add in some really shapes. This could be, this is kind of like dreaming it up. Let's cut into it. Let's cut into a face. Let's cut into a face. Let's establish some facial stuff. Boom. It can just be a blur for now. It's easy. I always think back to time when I was very silly and me and my friends were high. We all saw a face in a tree and we like all swore we saw a face in it. And I just think like, you know, it's not important to be that accurate that quickly to like proportion or likeness of anything really quickly. You just need like overall compositionally, like what do you want the piece to be like moving you towards, and if it's like some sort of face, some sort of person or likeness, then that is what you can establish first, I guess, if you want. If you're like me. This person can be holding a ferret. I love ferrets. Don't know how to draw them. Haven't really drawn them before. And in a Madonna getup. Yeah, we'll do that. Can make this kind of like a that's cool. So she would probably be sitting somewhere in here, relaxed arms. How would she be feeling? Relaxed. You relax when you hold a ferret. And this is just like background noise. You can even make it perspective, like say this is going back. So we have that, and this is like the corner of the wall. Seeing the bench that goes that way. That goes that way. Maybe this is my interpretation after not reading the novel of Daenerys Targaryen with the baby dragon. I don't think I want to do that. I am looking, you can't see my whole screen, but I do have a picture of my celebrity crush on the screen for myself. It's a bit of a motivator, you know. She did really do the thing. Alright. Can I yap for this whole time? When will I lock in? When will I go nonverbal? I don't know. Yapping to myself. Let me think for a second. Cool. Let's be real here. She could be a vampire too. How much hair is she gonna have? And how much is gonna be covered by like a little crown thing? Like a veil of some sort. Kinda looks like that one actress with really far apart eyes. Don't remember her name. She's like pale and has far apart eyes. Give a choker, give some semblance of a direction, gesture towards out there. Kind of also looks like something wrong is happening. Let's say that, and let's say this. here. Let's pull it back. I think I always overestimate how big certain things are, where certain things should be placed, how things should work. But I kind of just mold it in the end. So let's keep going with this whole thing. I want it to be furry. I don't know. I'm kind of wanting to establish that this is shrubbery or something like that. And I want to give her a look that she's like looking at the person, like, who's you. She's looking at you. I just tend to do one eye different. Habit accrued from drawing many poor eyes. Thing is, like, when you're looking at somebody, it's hard to look at both of their eyes at once. In fact, I'm not really sure how to do that. We need like a nose that makes sense of that. Alright, that one eye is like non-existent wonk. This is really cartoony. Oh well. Do. I'm seeing structurally. No, I was noticing yesterday that eyes like are not as big. We usually make them. Like, seriously, mate. More smaller. So the face is kind of going to be like, you know, the pull, and that's how I want to organize my compositions, by seeing. Recently, I've just been thinking, like, if there's a pretty face, you're going to stay longer, and if it is done well, you're going to stay even longer. So first, when you have a pretty face, then you do the rest of the work after. And it really is kind of work after. But it's fun. It can get boring. But I'm just right now trying to establish some level of proportion through line. Not really tone. What if we want like some eyes there? I think it's always good to put like pupils in, so then you get a, you know, an idea of what it's gonna be like. Here she kind of looks like she's a vampire or something because of these two little things I put, but I just wanted to make her like lips not fully closed, but open. I'm just focusing on that, and then her neck. course, her complexion can be any complexion, really, at this point. Um, just sometimes easier to map out these things on a lighter to tone. But a lot of the time, I will like go in and like immediately establish like the complexion, if it's like lighter or darker, what type of skin that the person will have. Here in a portrait though, we'll just say it's all about this ferret. We're gonna have to come in here and make some sort of creature. Ferret. Is this creature gonna be looking at us too? I was thinking he was gonna look away. I saw like a couple videos today of people with cute animals. And I think if you have like a mix of like something cute, something pretty, and then maybe something scary, then it can be interesting. Here she kind of looks like she has something on her shoulder. Doesn't look like a regular shoulder. It looks like one of those floofy things. I don't want that. I do want her to have dark hair, so I guess I'll establish that. I really like dark hair, and even if she has something above this dark hair, I don't mind like lightening it up and then going in and sort of elaborating on that idea that she's wearing something there. Here we'll sort of darken the eyes a bit, and let's make sure she has an ear, but let's give her some of this hair here. What's her name? I don't know. I remember when it was time to name, the first time I got to name a pet that I remember was a cat. And I had just saw the trailer for Twilight as a kid, like the original Twilight. And so I named the cat Bella. Because I couldn't really think of names outside of the names of like my family. I didn't have a bunch of names in my head. Although I do remember making up like a fake twin brother, and I think I named him like something that starts with an E, like Edward or something. Have a peculiar name give to your twin, especially when my name is Lewis. It's like there's, why the hell would my twin be named Edward? Alright, something I don't like about what I just did to that part of the hair. I want her to have a big forehead, so we'll kind of cut into that and then see how big it insinuates her forehead to be, and then how this is going to be upper lid here. This is going to be sort of the brow, so this can have like a lighter shift, and then the eyebrow can kind of be raised, and let's make sure it's going around, getting some, imagining it around a certain place. Like her eyebrows are kind of raised. She can still be a vampire. I think that'll be cute. I like vampires. I think piercings maybe, but we can establish this later. You know. You don't get pierced while your face is growing, I guess. Yep. It's pretty. So I'm thinking of like the sternum now. So I think nice collarbone and sternum is pretty. Go down and we can think, would she be doing right now? She's has this rat thing that like loves her. What does it look like? And it could just be a little fluffy dragon. I could do that. Like it has a face of a snake, but it's gonna look like a possum or something at the moment. It's gonna look like something, but I'm just gonna give it some semblance of like a face or something. I'm squinting a lot while painting. I tend to do that. It's like I have all these tics I do while painting. I used to like tilt my head because there's artists I like that did it. But I tend to keep my head. Oh no, I still do it. Now I'm squinting a lot while painting. And it's like, there's no real point to squint at your own painting, I guess. I don't know. What that would be. It's just like controlled blinks. It looks like I'm doing a portrait of somebody. I'm really not anybody specific. I did say I had a picture of my celebrity crush, but this is not them. I may pull that up for the eyes though when I want to like get more specific on the eyes. Like this area, body, upper body, it's where like all the cool stuff is happening usually. So I'm a fan. Oh, let's cut down here. Bam. Let's say, what about a pretty necklace as well? I could, yeah, I think that would do me a service. Having a pretty necklace. I could just sort of see how it's resting. Let's make her nose straight and like go top of the nose there. Might make her lips more full or established. Doesn't need to be too much. I always kind of like the Sargent thing when you're painting people with like lighter skin tones, and even darker skin tones. Like it's just like whatever your mid-tone is, it's sort of not, it's very understated and kind of blown out. And the way I do it with darker skin tones is you just sort of move that value range lower. I think I increase the specularity a bit, but I don't really know if that matters. I just sort of move the value range lower. It's still compressed. I don't actually add more contrast or anything, because that would just mean that it's like a different, you know, the skin is more like wet with something, which usually isn't the case. So I just go with whatever. I'm learning a bit about diffuse surfaces, how they work. I used to study from life. Now I sort of just listen conceptually and then look at things. It's kind of how I rock nowadays. This could be like a scarab. I don't know why I want to just see that. I'll sort of push it like it's some sort of like beetle thing. And I think her shoulder can kind of be a little bit move forward towards us. And if she has nails, they're black. She's wearing lace stuff on her arms. lace arm thing. So where's her other arm? So here's where I make a decision here. So that is a lot there. So this would be more that. Would definitely be more like that, especially if she's holding an animal. And like, how would she be holding this? How would you hold an animal? No. I don't know. I don't know. I guess you're holding it in sort of an embrace. Let's get some like stuff going on here. Like there's plants or something, you know, something abstract. It could be flowers, plants. It's gonna cause light and dark shapes that lead to her just straight dark flat hair shape. This little guy, want him to be kind of bright. So if the thing is like flopping over here, I'm sensing an like this curling back over, and maybe the elbow is off screen, and we have a cradle here. And maybe there's two. Maybe there's another one. Oh, that would be that'd be funny. There's two of these things. Can you hear me in the comments, by the way? Let me know, Sysis, and then I'll answer your question. Can you hear me speaking? Can you hear me speaking? I thought that maybe I was heard. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe I'm not heard. All five of us. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'll answer your question. When will I be collabing with Mr. Bach? I'm not. What the heck? Hey, you guys, don't hide if you can hear me. Especially you, Gerson. Don't hide in here and just listen to me. I thought I was being able to, like, kind of yap to myself. I'm thinking about doing this regularly so I get my yapping out for the day. And then my friends won't be annoyed. But hello, y'all. This is how I start painting sometimes. Usually I'll do this. Sorry if like the audio is messed up. I'm gonna have to figure this out after and see how it sounds. But yeah, this is how I do a painting. Usually this dialogue happens in my brain anyway. Like I'm just like, oh, this and that, this and that, this and that. But doing it outwardly doesn't really make a big difference for me. I actually enjoy it. I really like to talk while painting. Saw a person with like a sort of lazy eye the other day and I liked it. But that's not what I'm going for here. I do you have reference by the side too? My reference kind of doesn't make sense. So I'll be able to show you for a second. So my reference is like this. So I have the chat. Sorry for So, yeah, you guys can't hear me. I was just showing. I do have reference. That's what my screen looks like. Uh, if you were looking, you can I think you can roll the tape back. Bro, you're yapping to no one? Wait, you can't hear me? No, you can hear me now. Ouch. You should be able to hear me now. Sisis, say if you can hear me. Oh, okay. Okay. At least thanks from Chimp. Cool. Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't set that up yet to where full screen also captures audio. I'll have to do that. I guess I could do it really quickly if y'all don't mind. I'm not doing that right now. Sorry. Sorry. Who cares? You don't need to see my full screen. The way I use references is they're just sort of like things to keep me focused. If I feel unfocused with an image, I get to look at pretty reference to get me back on track. So, is this a fan art of the Fallout girl? No, it's not a fan art, but I was looking at her, and then I stopped looking at her to be able to paint. I don't think it really looks like her, but I do like her eyes. She has big ass eyes. Big ass eyes. What do you do when you have big ass eyes? You blink. This is kind of just like the type of person I would paint regularly if I painted people consistently and wanted to paint people consistently. This would just probably come out quite often. It's very cartoony though. Very cartoony. Yeah, she's there to encourage. Just like, oh yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Okay. Sometimes hard to keep track of where a painting's going. It's so easy to get distracted, and then I'm just doing nothing on it. But let's continue to do something. Okay, let's see. So I wanted to work out her arm. So where her shoulder's connecting, where her clavicle, I had put it insinuated up so high, but it would be kind of down facing this way, I think. So I'm gonna do it gesturally. I'm still edging. So I don't know who you are, Hobby, but yeah, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. I don't know why you're saying those things. I don't know why you're saying that. Are you saying you're edging for 61 hours? Whoever you are, you're kind of funny. So I don't mind. It is funny to say those things. You think this is fire already? Yeah, it's very easy. Especially, this is what my whole idea was. Like, you give face card, you put a pretty face, people will think, oh, it's a good drawing. Like, I was doing that with, I'm pulling up another one right now. I did that with this one, and then I brought it back, and so now I can, color it whenever. But you put a pretty face, you give them some sort of expression, and you have a character that people are gonna like or identify with, or they're just gonna like it more. Like when you have a pretty face. Another one that I wanted to work on, since I get distracted, is this one. I did like 3 in the same day, and this was one of them where I just did a sketch. And I think this again gives another opportunity to just have like a circular point for the face that you get stuck in, and everything else is sort of surrounding that, and making it stronger. Yeah, like with this one, it's just a simple face, very stylized. And then these are from yesterday. This is what I was just sort of noodling on all yesterday while hanging out with people. This one's going good. I wanted to do more like this. Like, I still do want to do more like this. Yeah. But there's this one, like, I'll probably just noodle on it a little bit more today, and then I'll just maybe, I don't know, work on whatever. I can kind of do whatever. Yep, IDK, if you have the same thing. For some reason, there's a strange appeal to grayscale. I found color. It's not objectively better or anything. Actually, like, I, you know, I'm using grayscale in a way that just feels, it's more like a pragmatic way. Like, I'm using it because it works. To simplify all the nonsense. Like, it can be very, if I paint directly into color, which I have a lot in the past, and I really have preferred in the past, it can get really distracting really quickly from the overall structure. And so I think I paint in grayscale now because I just see the using it as a tool to get to a final image. I like the images that I start in grayscale. I don't mind them. I like them, in fact. So yeah, it's not like a style thing, because I usually don't post or finish images in grayscale. I'm never really satisfied with that. I like to have a finished image, but it's just in grayscale. Okay, I'm turning this. It's to be here, so she's gonna have a little ferret here. Still, like, concerned with the eyes because they're so, like, kind of loopy. Kind of loopy. Oh. Let's line them up. And then imagine that they're in a skull, so. Okay. I think your art style is great. Thanks. Thanks, Isis. I don't know if I'll ever be as good as you, Isis, but I just dream. I dream and pray to the gods. Alright, let's see. So, I like to talk about this. Oh, I didn't mean it. I just have a strange love. I can't find our camps. Def working on it. Yeah. yeah, let me know what comes of this sort of exploration that you're doing with Grayscale. I'm doing similar stuff where it's like starting a piece in Grayscale can really help. So yeah, that's cool. Let me know. Come back to me. Message me on any platform that you follow me on. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, we'll give like the choker like a little bit of room, but we'll say like it's like this, and it's gonna need to be like we're gonna need some indication that it's like really rounded here, so we don't lose this neck appeal. And then I can kind of give it like a imagine it has sort of a lacy texture or something. So just spin my thing around there, but then sort of peter it out. What type of things do you guys like to draw? This is my first drawing of the day, so usually it has to be something that builds my confidence for the day. So I just, you know, pick a pretty lady. If you can get a good, pretty face down, like, yeah, I can draw ugly monsters, or I could draw other stuff. If I can handle a pretty face, I can handle anything. Because it's not only one of the most appealing things I feel like you can do. Very hard. Okay, you like Crazy Frog? OCs and characters. What OCs and characters do you have? That's cool. That is very cool to me. That is very awesome to me. I like OCs, I like characters. We see that Sysis here has a OC named Crazy Frog. He's shown it to me before. It's insane. I don't know how one person can think of something like that. Really crazy. Yeah, I don't usually draw a lot of OCs or characters because that's not why I started, and that's not what I do regularly. I don't make OCs or characters. I make paintings. A lot of different ones. Fantasy? Yeah, I love fantasy characters. I think, yeah, I really do like fantasy characters. I also like, you know, sci-fi-ish things. I always wonder how others... Oh, okay. I always wonder how other artists deal with the infinite possibilities of the canvas. I have too much anxiety. I always wonder what if I'm not doing the most I can. Also, love drawing heads. That's kind of funny, like an existential crisis, and then just, I love drawing heads. Yeah, I mean, I get it. The infinite canvas thing I think about a lot, and also like it is a restriction, so I do feel like maybe there's infinite, but in terms of what we can like perceive, there's kind of like it does feel more finite, that like there's certain differences or minutia that really doesn't do anything for us. And my OC is kind of like Crazy Frog if he had to witness the horrors of the Vietnam War. Alright. Okay. That's kind of rough, man. That's kind of rough. On this fine Saturday afternoon, I think now? Yeah, 12:28 afternoon. Afternoon to y'all. If you guys are on my time, it is East Coast time. And we love filling up the canvas Every day I fill up a canvas. You know, I follow in the footsteps of Monsieur Bob Ross in that I like to paint and talk and paint and draw with other people. But I never do it on YouTube because I want to talk to people who can talk back to me. It's actually the mysterious night creatures that made me find you to begin with. Well, those were fun. That was a fun time. That was like earlier this year. I was doing a lot of mysterious night creatures. Yeah. Yeah, now I'm kind of into, I'm trying to figure out like more humanoid expression in doing that. Whereas I was more concerned with like just painting and like the like making stuff when I was doing all those night things. But I think it was still like a great time, honestly. Alright, we can do this. Yeah, but even in his darkest moments, he still finds the will to go. Ring, ding, ding. Ring, ding, 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 ba. Ring, ding, 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 ba, ba. Okay. Alright. Like, I won't stop you from being the way you are. And I think having Crazy Frog as an outlet really lets you be yourself, which I think is nice. So I support that. You've evolved in a short time. It's inspiring, really. Oh, thanks. Like to be inspiring. Maybe that's what I can do. If I can inspire anybody, then that's nice. It's free energy, right? Just sharing energy at the end of the day. Have you ever played a game on Android called Fruish? It's for Android phones on Play Store. Froggy Guy is so cute and also great BGMs. Background music. Strumps, yeah. Sysis, you should answer Hobby. Hobby's asking if you've ever played Fruish. Thanks, Hobby. This cute interface is from the Great Program Kid Picks. It is nostalgic for me too, and it's why I brought it back, because I like YouTube and I want to bring my vibe to YouTube. Yes, yes, yes. So I do these streams in order to connect, well, mostly to record, like process. But here, it's also to connect. Here I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on in the background here. What are we gonna be doing? Is it gonna be a night sky? I think we're gonna have a darker sky. I have some reference for that. If it is a darker sky, then the light can be coming from what you'd imagine like a lamp or something. But it still is an exterior, so maybe we have a moon here. That could make it so she's backlit, but we don't need that. That's a little bit cliche. We'll move forward without it. I'm still gonna just try to have fun. The composition of this piece, I'm gonna have to still figure out what the hands are doing, what these little ferrets are doing. The shoulders gotta be real enticing to take up this much. It's like you go from, you know, face to shoulder. The shoulders gotta make you work for it. You know, I could put tattoos on it, but I don't know if I'd want to. Yeah, I guess I'm excited for this, having a new year it kind of feels the same way as like having a new week or a new day. You feel a little bit refreshed and like you can try things another time. You can just do another go at it, and your brain just feels like, okay. So, last year around this time, I was in a very different mental space, but at this, in a similar way, it was a very similar mental space because I wasn't that concerned with making art in any other type of way but it being for me. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Uh, are you talking about the frog game? The monoliths? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Sysis? Yeah, if you have any art friends, feel free to share the channel. Share the art, let people know I am around, and I especially like to engage in community, talk to people. Yeah, okay. Oh, you're talking about the music. Yeah, I like this music too. It's Hymal. It's spelled Hiemal. And if you just look up Hymal music, you'll find some long album tracks. If you look him up on Spotify, you'll find albums with very long ambient tracks, and I found it's like a perfect background music. Very, very perfect. Would love to speak to that person. Maybe talk to them. I think they capture such a good essence. Okay. How do you think about how to guide the viewer's eye? If so, how do you think about it? It also starts in college. Well, good luck at college, hobby. I would say I think about exactly how to guide the viewer's eye by guiding my own eye. I kind of have a compulsion to like work out the whole canvas when I start making a piece, right? And then I start whatever like makes my eye go to it, but I don't get a reward for going to that thing. I'm like, all right, this needs work. And the reward would be like something that looks interesting or nice, or it's like a nice form transition or a nice shadow, a nice color transition. Usually it's the interaction between things, or a pretty face and the interaction of a little weasel thing, or a little little guy. So the way I kind of guide my eye or practice that is by whatever I'm compulsed to look at, does it give me a reward? And if not, how do I establish some sort of reward for looking at the thing? So it's kind of like a video game where you have places where you're meant to progress, and you have things literally telling you to go there, or you get something from being there. Yeah. Hi mole. Hi mole. There you go. You spelt it split up with a map in the middle, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. Jesus. Anyway, hobby. What? In college, are you doing something besides art, and art is your hobby, or are you going to college for art as well? Hobby, hobby. Hobby, hobby. Let's make her lips make a little bit more sense. visual novel, or a comic for a story I'm writing. You don't know how college works. Well, it works in mysterious ways, I guess. I don't know what part of the world you're in, but yeah, that would make some, that would make a difference in how it works, I guess. But that's cool. A visual novel or a comic for a story you're writing is cool. I like when people have that, because I can relate to wanting to make stuff. I don't really do comics, but I can say that is cool. Very, very cool. Very, very nice. Alright. What do we want to do? Yeah, I say we just work on this face. So I'm going to make my brush much smaller so the marks can be softer. And I'm going to sort of give myself a little bit of rendering. I'm also going to look at somebody else's art. Thanks, hobby. Yeah, I'll have to get back to that. I'm wanting to paint more knights, but I want to paint like people, and very much like feminine people, because I struggle with that. And so it's like I want to do what I'm struggling with. And when I was doing those nights, I don't know if I was struggling with anything, but I definitely would like to improve in general on drawing people. Yeah, I did get a lot of like new people coming and seeing my work when I first posted the first like night video. Like my first video on the channel. And I was thinking about doing longer form stuff like that, but I just kind of need to be in the mood. Maldives, 10:40 p.m. Oh wow, it's late. It's late for you. Very late. My goodness. Going to bed soon, maybe, right? Going to have a little sleep. Alright. Let me not be too insane. Everything has to be really subtle if you're wanting to do some sort of like form rendering. So I might start to color pick so I can be more subtle. Skyrim NPC Artbud scares me. Hey, welcome to Artbud! Yeah, I should do like a complete video just with an NPC voice. See how long anybody could last watching that. It's just like a joke for myself that nobody would want to watch that. People barely want to sit and watch anybody draw anyway. It's like, well, let's just say it. People barely want to sit and watch me draw. So it's like being more annoying, I don't think would help me. Wow, you guys are really opposites of the world of the world. opposites of the world on the globe. That's pretty dang cool, I think. I think that's pretty dang cool. Let's look, there's... Yeah, I'm trying to be very soft here with this nose. With this mouth. I'm trying to give it... more here. 6:44 p.m. Dang. You guys are from different places than me. Because it's like nobody is in my area. That's cool. I like that. I watched the Nardwuar interview with Chapel Roan. She's very charismatic. Kind of won me over. I just thought about that because I was remembering her eye makeup in that interview was like very, very striking. It made her eyes really pop with her red hair, and she has like blue eyes. So it's pretty interesting. Then just been kind of clapped. I'm trying to watch more movies to unbrain rot myself. By the way, how's your day? My day's fine. I mean, I kind of just was chilling, showered, cleaned up a little bit, and been chilling out post-holidays. I decided I wanted to get on and draw. Yeah, I like Chapel Roan too. I only know her one song, but like from the Nardwuar interview, she seemed pretty interesting. So I'll have to check out more of her music at some point. Let's see how this works. Let's see. So we're giving makeup basically right now to this person. But my day's good. I hope everybody's day is good. When I get to draw and just relax, I am having a good day. And I want to, in the future, just start sharing, teaching with other people so that I can spread more good days around so they have, you know, a good mentality going into, you know, creating stuff. Because I do think everybody should be able to have a good day. Last night, watched a movie called Ex Machina. And I never finished it before. And it was pretty good. Pretty good. Kinda. But it makes me think about, like, when you draw something and people like it, even maybe attracted to it. It's kind of weird. That, like, these fake characters, it makes me think of, like, all the video game characters that people sort of fall in love with, or like characters from shows where they're completely not real. Like, they're not even a real actor. Well, except for maybe the voice. It's just fabricated. I would let her tame me. You're saying things like that. I don't know what the hell that means. I pay top dollar for an art session with you. I don't think you can delete your message. I mean, you're out there, and this will be saved. So this is a lesson to you on, you know, this is what happens when you choose to let your mind be an open book. Anyway, it's funny. Do I offer classes? At the moment, no. In the past, I have. In the future, I will. So, some point 2025, I will start offering some sort of teaching, mentorship, business. Yeah. Some sort of things happening there in that department. Thank you for asking. But I just want to sort of build a bit of like, you know, why would anybody want to take a class with me? I want to sort of build up a repertoire with people, maybe regularly do a stream like this every once in a while, maybe some semi-regularly, where if people want to talk live, they can talk with me live, draw with me live as well. That's the one thing I really love, drawing together. So yeah, in the future, expect something, maybe a class, who knows. H-O-T-T-O, da da da. You can take me hard to go. I don't know how to spell, I guess. Draw more pretty ladies and they will come. That's what I think, yeah. But it's like, I have no problem drawing pretty ladies. But sometimes I want to draw creepy monsters. You know, I could draw them together, but sometimes it's too much for a whole canvas. Sometimes you just want to draw a pretty lady. So I'll have to see, be able to reconcile. I do think filling up like my sketches with either pretty ladies or scary monsters, or pretty ladies with scary monsters, will be the way to like just satisfy, like whenever I want to pick something up, I'll have something to do, because that's often the thing I think about the most, is like, okay, what do I want to draw next, because I know it is a time sink. Pretty creepy monster lady is okay too. I agree. Yeah. Oh yeah. Pretty, yeah, you guys are all on the same wavelength. Thinking pretty monster lady, yeah. I know these aren't like particularly monsters, but the things that I was drawing yesterday are kind of monsters, because they're not like just humans. They have like weird, you know, either wings, horns, and different things. They're like fairies. And I definitely want to draw more of this, because I like drawing bodies in the abstract. I like drawing wings and monsters and landscapes. And so it's a nice way to be able to give some representation to that. Right now, I just wanted to draw this specifically. And you know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I will move this slightly over. Monster girls are definitely smashable. Yeah, you definitely could restrain yourself. I mean, you could. That's all up to you. Lasta talks about our brother. I would let her tame me too. That's interesting that you guys are saying these things. I don't know what it means to be tamed, but let me remind you that this isn't a person. This is a thing I'm drawing, and I do not look like this. So this is like a thing that I created. So you're basically just saying like it's very easy to control your minds. You guys can't give it away that easily. Have some guff or whatever they say. One Punch Man, but your character kind of looks like Fubuki if she were in a Disney movie. Yeah. I have. I'm not seeing the Fubuki, but I get it. Yeah. Babuki. I do have a more Western sensibility when it comes to like the way I stylize. So even when I make things cartoony, it is more like a Disney cartoony than a anime cartoony. I could color this. Maybe that would justify it more. How much time are we at? How long have we been? Yeah, an hour. I could color this. I kind of want to, because maybe that would help me figure out what things are. So let's save. Let's call her... Gabriella. You're drawing scary monsters, but what about nice sprites? I don't even remember how that song goes. I was about to like try to mimic it with my mouth, but I don't remember. Alright, let's exit out of this. This one, jeez. Oh, there's another one I wanted to work on too. Might do that. Let's hang out with these ladies a little bit. For a little bit. Let's hang out here. Let's go. Why not? And you know what I'll do? I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do this. Because we don't need remnants of the past. Perfect. Technically, almost all NSF W is created by some horny guy. So if you get excited by them, does that make you? I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're insinuating. Wait, so you work on multiple arts at a time? Yeah, it's fine. I can work on multiple arts at a time. It's not that crazy. I just, you know, sometimes it's like spending time with each of them, because otherwise they kind of get left in the dust and my mind moves from them. So if I don't take them with me, you know, they become things in the back of my head that like I feel like I'm neglecting. Here's another one, the other one that I wanted to work on. So let's keep it at these three. All right. But the other one I wanted to work on, I wanted to just draw out a little bit, is these ladies. And I think this will be an interesting departure. Yeah, I'm actually going to merge this down. I'm going to double it. I'm going to go here. I'm going to find the brightest bright, which is here. Or is it brighter? Any more brighter? It's pretty bright. There. Okay. So, how about these three? This is three. All we have all some ladies, each in different variations. Interesting mindset. Definitely worth a perspective to think about. I would allow her to try to tame me, but I'm a lone wolf, truly untamable. The wilds are my natural habitat. She would cry and protest, but she would eventually let me go back into the woods where I be. Okay, dude. Yeah, okay, buddy. Y'all are very funny. Now, I don't know what YouTube policy is on drawing nudity or semi-nudity, but I'm not doing it for any reasons other than because it's just like the characters, I don't know why they would have clothes on. They're like monster fairies and what I'm envisioning. I don't know what clothes they would have on. So until I maybe figure out that, they're going to be kind of bring no close. But I'm sure I'm not getting enough traction for it to really matter. Yeah, you see, I have 105 whip stories. Any advice? Like I said, it's all kind of about, I'm gonna sneeze at some point. It's all kind of about, I think, if you have ideas, trying to find where you're repeating yourself and try to find where you're like creating new things. When I feel like I'm repeating myself, I realize I have to do something sort of finished to get this idea out and then be able to move forward. So if I have a lot of whips, it's honestly nice because the more you have, the more you're like, well, I could do any of these. And if you have no real deeper connection to any of them, you can do whichever one you feel like doing at a certain time and just continue working on it. And just spend time with it. I realize if you just sit and spend time with a piece of art, instead of just sitting there bored, you're probably going to do something about it. You'll either make something else if you really have another idea that you think is better, or you'll make the piece into what it needs to be for you to move on. And that's how I kind of go about things. So, yeah. Just spend some time, like sit with the ability to draw or write whatever your stories need, and you just work on them. Yeah, that is true. In a world full of whips, who will be the Nene to end the song? Will you be the Nene in a world full of whips? Okay, let's see. So this thing, be soft. Is giving thumb. Do you have the issue where you start with a strong idea, but as you work on it, the main inspiration slowly dwindles until you don't even know why you're working on it, and you kind of get lost in the sauce? Yeah, sometimes I get lost in the sauce. But what I find is if I spend too much time working on something without knowing why I'm doing it, like that is the way you get lost in the sauce. So I try to like stay fresh and give it my full attention as long as I'm doing it. That's why, you know, I pulled up these other drawings so that they're here, but I'm going right back to the warm-up because this warm-up, you know, I don't want to give it too much because I didn't start with too much. I was just like, I'm going to draw this person, I'm going to stream this, I'm going to talk about it. And so you know, I'm going to work on it until it is at a place where I could share it or I'm satisfied with it looking back on it. That's what I do. And in that way, I kind of don't get lost in the sauce because I'm always thinking of why I'm doing stuff, always. Like, it's either it feels good, I need to do it for money, I want to explore an idea, you know. You must Gundam on all the Nenes. Are you saying like Gundam, like Gangnam style? What does Gundam on all the Nenes mean? Sorry, I just drink water. Sorry if you could hear every single gulp. Gotta stay hydrated. Coughing baby challenge. bring the love back. I know. All right. See, I'm realizing I'm starting to lock in and think internally. But no problem for the insight. Thank you, Hobby. Good luck. Once this hits the 2-hour mark, I will end it. But maybe I'll bring this lady into color just to see what would happen if I quickly tried to color this. And what's happening here? Oh, this is another ferret. So let's just say it has its feet here and it's going over, and this one's there. So it's keeping you it's like a possum thing. We'll do that. We'll make it furry. I love furry things. Yeah, paws or something. There we go. Could we say, yeah, we could say that she is like, oh yeah, that's great. As soon as I see the face again, I'm like, yeah. Perfect. So I say, all about the face card. It's all about the face card. Yeah, okay. I don't know what the environment is here, but I'll save this version. I'll put all these in a thing there. Okay, and then we'll give it a little bit of color. Let's see. We don't really have to go too crazy with color. I just want it to have a little bit of color. Gabriella is her name. Maybe she's a vampire. Let's see. So, the weird part. Ooh. Bam. So I have that. And I make this a color layer. Or a hue layer. No, color layer. Alright, so that's like a quick thing that gives you sort of pseudo color. Let's see if anything else here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. This is interesting as well. A screen lights me up here and gives a little color. I kind of like that. And all this stays that way, so I don't like that. So this is too saturated. So let's make this a little bit less intense. And let's also see, is this all 0? Yeah, it is all 0. So we'll have saturation in the lights, a saturation in the darks. I mean, maybe we could deal with that. Let's see. Do we want this to be more red? Yeah, that feels better. And then I can do a color selection mask. sort of raise it up till we're getting almost all the darks. Alright. And then give me like a, I don't know if the pink will work, but we'll see. So what that does is it's flattening everything. Oh, there's pretty things happening. This to me is pretty. I don't know why. That's because it's lightening everything. Oh, here we have a nice little range there. I like. Whoa. Whoa, here it's like the blacks are juicy. But it's very dark, so it'd be hard to push them around, I would say. It would mean that they're kind of set in stone, these blacks, if I had it like that. They are juicy, but I want some more range. Now this would be interesting. Exclusion. And then to go back in here and like darken some stuff. Oh. Jesus is coming back. Please repent to be saved. I rebuke you. I do not want you. Stay away from me. I do not want to be saved. This is weird. Kanye West. Is that Kanye West?
Kanye West, can you please come to the podium? Kanye West.
Why is Jesus is Lord here? What is this? Why would you be here? So I'm going to slowly start to build up some stuff here. I think I should just use a smaller brush to keep me in check. Oh yeah, that keeps me in check. So then it's kind of like I'm using color pencil. So I'm forced to be slow. And then I don't get what I want immediately, so I have to be mindful. Yeah, but then I'm like, I can just make this bigger and it'll do the work. It'll still get the job done. Pretty lady, you're my lady. So now I'm gonna slowly give some hair. The way I do hair, I mean, is so like rudimentary or juvenile or words I could use to describe how I draw people in general, because everything ends up being very cartoony because I look at so much art as opposed to people. But that's okay. It has this certain quality to it that I do like. It does feel like, I don't even know why it looks like that, but let's see, and I want to continue one of these ideas down here. Alright, so the hair is here. We can let the hair kind of go It's like velvety. Gonna let the ear come down too. I just want to finish off the hair before I start something else because I don't want to have to color pick again. Reminds me of Pinkman's GF. Yeah. That's kind of like go-to lady for me. Let's see what's happening here. This is getting maybe a bit too dark. We need some lightness here. And then I know something that'll really give us a show. Bam, 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 bam. Big, big, big strokes here. Big strokes here. Another darker stroke here, but we're gonna need a continued light stroke there. Big strokes. Almost. And then we're gonna have to handle her face, which is fine. I can do that. I can handle it. Alright. Do this. I could like change up the black of the whole piece, but I'll do that quickly. I'll spend less time on this. It's not as important. I'll just kind of give it a light wash to show that where this is gonna go, where I'm imagining it to go. And where I'm imagining that to go, and that's there. I imagine that's there, and I'm sort of dreaming it. Okay, and the only other thing I think I'll do with this color is the eyes, but I'm going to change it a bit, and I'm going to say bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Give her some eyes, and then let's give her some color in the face. Bam, 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 bam. I want to do that on a different layer, though. Yeah, these eyes are fine. Just clean that up a bit, and I'll do another soft light layer. And I will sort of give a wash of color. And I don't mind if it gets into the hair. Imagine her skin would be some color in it. You're my lady. And it's more about the value, but I just want interesting tone to go along with this value, so it could be really subtle, but with the color, like the color will change often. But I'm wanting to get something interesting enough right now to work with. Hopefully that all makes enough sense. Okay, and here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back and make this kind of brown. No. We can make it sort of purplish again. That's like that, and then we can make that darker. This is how we bring in the darks, and this is how we lighten it up right here. This is how we do it. And then I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna give this guy lightness to them on the head. Same with this guy. I'm gonna bring in some new tones by establishing they are different than the lady's hands. Yep, Mavis, that's also like my type of person. That I would just draw regularly. Given the chance. Okay, so here we want the color. I'm just doing sort of local color here. So we're doing local color of the eyes, teeth. Right, we can do the lips being more red, but let's go down a peg. Let's do this. Purplish. Eyeshadow. Purple and pink. Pink. Let's do some pink around the eyes. Oh well. That'll work. Okay. Very light coloring. Right? And this is so I can like build up value slowly. Because everything else is there. Basically. I'm gonna look. I want something. This haze behind her. I feel as if it can be more behind her. So would I make it darker or lighter? I think so. Her hair is dark, right? And it makes sense to sort of make it lighter in comparison to her hair, but I'm not really concerned. So I'm gonna see what it looks like if I go darker. And it doesn't hurt to try, so I'm gonna try. And this is just with another soft light layer. Sometimes I like building up color with soft light layers. So she stands out a bit. And, you know, we can sort of transition this to lighter colors. And this is sort of giving me a rainbow. You know, it's giving me different colors in the piece. And that's nice to have. Do. Okay, we can lift some of this up. And you know what? We'll make this blue. We'll do it the very childlike way. Or sky blue. Darker background looks good, yeah. It's always about making the decisions that sort of move the piece forward. And, you know, using non-destructive methods like this are very good because you can move the piece forward and you can always go back and try different things. Which is good. Yeah, so I like that. I'm liking that. So, let's go back to the... Yeah. You know, and kind of... Yeah. We're gonna give me bases of more saturation in general. So what this does is it helps me find little focal points in places that I can color pick from once I'm ready to really color. Like this is sort of all set up. Right, and so here I'm seeing things where I'm not liking that, so I'm going to like immediately create another layer and just paint over it because it's too contrasty. What program am I using? I'm using Photoshop 2019 maybe? Yeah. It might be 2019 or 2020, but it's Photoshop and it's an older version. So let's give her eyes some more darkness. Right. Let's give that more darkness. Let's give this more darkness. And you know, this is so fun to start to establish a, you know, once you have colors, you just start to establish something going on here. So even make that like that. This is all on a normal layer now. Right, and I could establish lighter tones, like say like, oh, she has highlights and she's shiny, but I want to build up from the dark and the mid. So like if I look at this in black and white, you know, still reading fine. But I'm gonna do some stuff to make it work better for me. So I'm gonna make some of these edges a little bit more distinct. Yeah, I like some of this orangey stuff coming out here too, so maybe I'm just gonna paint some of this up because I'm just liking it. You know, we can figure out what that stuff is later. Right now it can just be strokey. Her lips, the color of them, I'm going to just give this, make this make more sense to me. And then maybe take from that, and that can be the lighter part of it. And then, of course, with the eyes, we have to give something different. So I'm gonna take this light. I'm gonna give makeup, basically. And her eyes can be sort of a bit of a hazel. No, that wouldn't match. We'll do dark eyes. Like that. And something about this is still bugging me a bit, so now this is where we start to work. Put in that work, yeah. And it's kind of like you're doing your makeup. So I guess, Chimp, if you're still here, maybe not, but this is kind of like an OC in general, because it's not anybody in specific. It's original character, and it is more of a character, but it is just like something one-off. I didn't pre-think this any more than I've been vocal about it, so. Yes, sir. Alright, and this needs to be like that. This can't be green. And so this can have sort of that. Make it sit back there. And then this can be green. This can be green. We have that. And make that white. Make this white. Show the bit of expression there. Let's make this shoulder, make more sense to me. Bam, bam, bam. Bring some stuff out. Bring some stuff out. Soften some edges here. We'll also fix some of this. Of course, she's gotta have eyebrows that make sense, so try to be careful here. Not too careful. Let that out. It's too light. We want all the subtlety to stay apparent. Up, 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 up. All right. It's going good. Oh no. I'm sorry your tooth hurts, man. I don't wish that upon you. I hope it feels better quickly. Very quickly. I can't know what I'm about to do. Alright, I think this needs another wash. I'm sort of liking it. It's looking cool. Yeah, I don't know what a gooth is. I was just assuming you were talking about your tooth. I don't know what a gooth is. If you'd like to let me know at some point, I'll send my best regards to your gooth. I don't like saying that actually, so maybe I won't send anything. I don't like whatever you've made me say. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. It's gonna blow gibberish to me. Ooth? 11 psyche? What does that even mean? Doesn't mean nothing to me. Not yet, maybe. Definitely not nothing to me now. Is it just you and me now, Sisus? How much time? 1:51. We're close to the 2-hour mark, and that's where I'll call it on the stream. If anybody in here has any questions or anything they want to ask away. great. Thank you, Hetero Paint. That's a great question for Sysis. Yeah. Mine would be kind of more on the lines of like, what the hell are you talking about? For him. But that's a great and sincere question. What are the other names of the what are the names of the other Psyche? Oh, you need to contact your 11th Psyche to take the magician's position. Yeah, uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Yep. I agree. Your work is really inspiring me to let go in my art. That's good. Let go. And, Chimp, you have so many questions, it's hard to even ask one. Well, just start with one. If you actually have so many questions, just ask. I will still be here for a little while. Now I'm gonna do the thing where I add the highlight makeup. I might make her nose a little bit red. That would be cute. Maybe the lips, like, get a little bit of red or something in here. To take the magician's position without becoming him is a real feat. What does that do? What is it? Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. I like giving a little bit of... I like that. Let's do it. Alright, to be fair, it's very basic stuff. Been using round brush and watercolor brush solely for years, but I feel like I might need to widen my horizon to get into more. Feel a texture to it all. Make her nose red because she's an alcoholic. Well, I would just imagine maybe some people just have red noses, allergies like me, or it's just makeup. Any tips? Okay, so any tips about expanding your brush horizon? Well, I notice people around me do that quite often. I would say for myself, like last year, I was like trying to start painting again, and like I wanted to just play around, so I like played around with brushes until I found one that like just felt good no matter what size I really had it at. There was like a limit to how small it could be, but it's the brush I'm using now, and it's the brush I use primarily. The only thing I don't like about it is it creates this very obvious pattern in the texture when I use it solely, so I do need to do things to like break up that. But other than that, the way it lays down, you know, pixels, that I like it. So I would recommend taking time. Like I had a friend who was doing this the other day, like taking a day, and instead of like thinking, oh, I'm gonna paint or draw all this stuff, just take the time to play with brushes and play around, play with each one, play with the settings. And when you find one that gives you like this feeling that you could just do anything with it, use that. It might take time, it might take multiple sessions as well of like fiddling with stuff, but yeah, go for whatever feels really comfortable to you. If you do, there's also another situation where maybe you really don't need to widen your horizon, maybe the brushes you're using are versatile enough to where you just need to like paint more or draw more, you know. Because often I'll just use the round brush to do some dirty work while my pencil brush, which is the one I'm using, does like the sort of main stuff. Yeah. Hope that answered your question a bit. Of try it out. That's basically the answer. Do you use the mixer brush for smudging? Nope. I just use regular brush and eraser for smudging. I don't really smudge. I kind of just color pick and then paint it. I've used a mixer brush in the past, but I just paint at too big to use a mixer brush. At the moment, too big. I guess I want to get more into painting and study a little more. Yeah, just do it. If you want to study a bit more, I think that's a really great idea. To just get some time painting. Was there ever a point where you cared about having a more commercial style? Yeah. Quite often. Especially when I have to do commissioned or client work where they like ask for that. But commercial meaning like something that is more palatable for more audiences, like a larger audience than just like a niche. I think I was really more concerned with style in the past than I am now. Now I realize style is kind of a product of the like what you choose to do. So I kind of see style now as like just a effect of your process. So if you have a certain process, you'll have a certain style. So yeah, have in the past, but at the moment I'm, you know, whatever comes out comes out. Often I'll work in several different sort of stylistic modes in the same day, you know. So okay, let's get this hair shape to make sense to me. Let's give it some swirly wordies. I just think there should be more hair here. There we go. That works. That works. And then this little guy has a more gray face. That's cute. I use a mixer brush when I feel everything is definitive. Smudging with the mixer brush, then define what I need to pop more. Yeah, that sounds like it might work. Yeah, I think there's like no wrong answers in terms of how you do stuff. It's like whatever feels comfortable to you. For me, it's like I feel the most comfortable when I'm just using a brush and an eraser, and I'm like kind of almost always moving in a forward direction. That's what makes me feel comfortable. So I tend to just rock with that. Let's sort of blend this out into that space, and then we'll just do it on the other side too. And sort of blend that out. And let's give myself a little bit of a chin for her. Do this, smudge down. Here I'm starting to really paint. You know, I've done setup and now I'm starting to figure out painting stuff. So I make my brush bigger and then smaller. So I can start to paint. Not sure what's happening here. And then I'll try to work out the lip area and give it more of a structure, so maybe feel it out. Maybe this tone will give me what I'm looking for. Yeah, almost. A little bit too light though. That, and then let's see, where would these lips carry? So if you have lips like that, and they're soft. Let's make them soft. There. So yeah, I can talk for 2 hours. Maybe not every day, in this way, but they'd carry over to my lips. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Are you infatuated with the pixels that I painted? Remember, this isn't a real person, and I do not look like this. So you're basically seeing a reflection of my taste. I'm super curious towards your approach with color. Well, you can actually look back at the stream and see how I sort of built up to this point. She's real to you? Well, that's good. You know, she's real to you. I guess what is real except what you make of it. So I'm there with you. In some way, this is some type of real. Oh, but yeah, when it comes to color, like, yeah, I started this one in grayscale, and I colored it very recently, like within the last, I don't know, however long. It has not spent a lot of time in color. It spends most of its time being in black and white, in grayscale. And that's the way I like it. You get me? Let's say this is that. This is we're gonna sort of do some painting here. Where this ferret thing is soft, so I'm gonna give it some softness. That's that. That's that. Let's give. Ooh, I want some cheekage. I want some cheekage. I want some blush. Makeup, makeup, makeup. Nice. Approach to color though is basically like, if the values are good, then just make sure the color doesn't make them look worse. That's kind of how I think, actually. And I try to make interesting color transitions and not be too restrictive with the way I use color. Just do whatever makes sense. But it's pretty like rudimentary, I would say. Photoshop also makes it easy to just sort of like match things up in the day. Right, this is too... Yeah, we'll do this. I'm sort of like smudging things around and stuff right now just because I'm... Oh, yeah. That's where this guy's going. He's going down there. And she's gonna... Look at this. Background. Background colors are so dreamy. Yeah. I didn't really touch them that much. This is kind of just a one-shot painting, so I'm sort of, you know, it'll be the, you know, warm-up painting for today, before I get back into other stuff. But the whole process has been here, documented with me talking. Me yapping the whole time. Lou too. Yes, I don't know what you're talking about, but yes. know, I have a lot of care for you, Imster. I think you're such a sweet guy. I don't understand it, how somebody could be so sweet and nice. There must be a darkness within you. Thank you, Pieces Gorgeous. You're also a huge inspiration. I hope I manage to catch more streams. Cool, yeah. I hope you do too. I suppose I will do more streams like this where I'm talking when I feel like it. But most of the time when I stream, I might not be talking because I'm just wanting to like draw and share the process. So, yeah, but definitely, y'all, watch out for the next video that's gonna come. It's gonna come before the end of the year, and it's gonna be sort of a year in review video, where I talk about how I did over 500 paintings this year, and I am not lying about it. How I managed to do it. Let's see, where's the distinction between these? So let's say that's there. It's there. And this is like another thing here. So this, yeah. Using a really soft brush to sort of carry out some of the business in other places. But yeah, that's that. I think this is in a place where I could call it like, you know, you basically saw the process. From here on out, it would just be like tweaking. Yeah, so yeah, so I've been here for 2 hours drawing, and so what you could do in 2 hours. Yeah, 500 paintings. Yeah, I guess there's a bit of latency on the stream, but yeah. And since I already did it, it's kind of just like, you know, going over it. But I draw a lot. That's the thing. I draw a lot, and I paint a lot. Because, like, sometimes I feel like drawing, sometimes I feel like painting. And, yeah, so I'll probably get to step in here and leave this process. I'll unlist it in a moment, make it pretty quick, and you guys will be able to see. And then the finished version, you know, I might finish this later today or something, but right now I'm gonna go and take a little break because I've been sitting here for 2 hours, and I will probably eat something, and I'll be around. So yeah, watch out on my Instagram, watch out on here, on YouTube, for new stuff. You go places when you draw. Go places, yeah. Definitely do. But yeah, thank you guys for been chilling. Hope you guys enjoy your drawings today. Thank you. Peace and love to all of you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Check out the new video as well, and comment and like and blah 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 blah. All right. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.